Wow, it's cool under here, honey. It's cool right here. It's a hot day. 98, Clay said, driving home. We had the air on in the house for a while, but it got freezing cold, so we just turned that off. And it's actually pretty cool under here. So these guys are in a good spot. And the little chick's over with the dog again. Maybe she decided to move in with the dog.
There's another one of your bags for your...
Is it empty already?
Well, I had a couple of them that had a little bit left in them. I got to buy another bag tomorrow.
Oh, good.
There's another bag in there yet. I still got to empty
good.
out.
I'll be happy once I dig my sewing machine out, but those are things like Clay said, in the winter, those are nice projects.
Well, you'll have plenty of them by then, I'm sure.
Oh, I know. I love to sew.
Oh, you ate all your crumble.
I guess I'll come in there.
All your crumble.
Hey, Prunello. Hey, Blue.
Okay, that gave you guys a bunch. All right, let me get your eggs. Come on, back out of the way.
Hey, what was that movie we were watching that with the green, the Martian?
I can't remember.
It came from outer space. It was.
I don't remember. They made a remake of it, and even the remake was terrible.
Well, anyway, I was watching an old movie or whatever when Clay came back home. But the best part of the movie, what was it, Clay?
The Martians had green velvet uniforms with a zipper up the back. And
Up the back.
They were supposed to be monsters with zippers up their back.
All the way up the back, you could see the zipper.
It was a 1950 movie.
It was so good. I laughed and laughed. I said,
"Oh, it was wonderful."
No, the zipper up the back was great. I said, that's the best.
So hokey.
It was supposed to be their skin. I thought that was the best part of the movie. It was like a long zipper up the back. You know those the kind of zippers that sew that are like the cheap zippers, they don't even try to hide it, that it's a zipper. So it was great. You know, how some zippers have the flap and some just have the teeth hanging out.
Another bag.
Yay!
It's the last of the chick feed until I get home from work tomorrow. We have to feed the other quail some of the mash.
Busy weekend. Groceries, weddings, church.
Hungry birds. Hungry, hungry hippos.
Now, a lot of people are retiring
There you go.
and picking up farming.
Enjoy your feed.
Clay,
What's that?
didn't hear me, did ya?
Said people are enjoying farming?
No, I said a lot of people are leaving, like when they retire, they pick up farming.
A lot of them just retire from all of it.
True.
I know a lot of people that retired from farming.
That's true too. If someone is going to say they're going to retire and become farmers in their older years, how would they go about doing that, dear?
Go about being farmers?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that they would take the next 5-10 years before they retire.
Before they retire, I would think about what you want to do if you're going to...
If they decide they wanted to be
If you're going to
farmers.
farm vegetables, if you're going to farm birds or farm horses, you have to think about it.
Well, like we see ads in the paper around here looking for farmland. I heard of two this week. People looking for land that people.
Here's a guinea egg.
Okay, that they want. You probably want to start, adjusting and changing your home or
These
find
guys are
land.
done,
Okay, find land, right? Where you want to farm.
Well, you want to know how much land you're going to need for what you're going to farm.
Yeah, you need to do your homework a few years. It's not like something like, gee, I'm retired, so now I'm going to buy a farm. If you plan on doing that, you need to, start doing your homework. Like, we kind of mentor everybody, because every day you're seeing what we do on a real day-to-day, on a real live backyard farm. So it's like you're right here with us. You see the good, the bad, what happens, and, we talk about everything. And so if you're going to really do that, you need to do your homework. You need to get good mentors too, because if you know somebody locally that's actually a farmer, I would make friends with people that are farming and find out how they do it. It's a wonderful life. It's actually a wonderful thing to do when you retire. I have a friend that he lives in another state. Like, they bought like 200 acres. And some people, they just want what we have, a little backyard farm. But, some people are trying to earn money on their farm. They figure that they'll make some money. They retire, and then they start to raise animals. And it's like a new career for them, so to speak. But especially if you're going to retire and you want to get into farming, that's kind of what I'm talking about today. You want to, do your homework. It's always best to get a few mentors in the area. The more the merrier, people that really know what they're doing. Because we live in a farming community, and there are lots of people that don't even know what they're doing even here. Just because you have an animal doesn't mean it's going to live and survive and produce eggs and make a home for you. Or, and make money. That's another thing. If you're trying to make money, we have the backyard experience where we can tell you what we do with the backyard stuff. We don't particularly want to make a living, so to speak, off our farm. We're just making extra for us to have and take care of our family. Although we could set up a farm stand and do all that route, but Clay does have a nice job that he goes to every day, and we don't want to do that. Where are you, baby? Oh my, okay. I was cheating because I know that it's warm, but I need to be in the barn collecting eggs. Can't be a slacker, too. That's another thing, health issues. You need to make sure your health is in order, because you may move to an area that doesn't have good doctors or good doctors. Fortunately for me, when I moved here with Clay, they have better doctors here. I did have a good doctor in my area, but my dentist out here is really good, and my doctor. I lucked out big time. You know what I mean? You want to make sure there's a hospital nearby. You might decide to take farming and find out that you have health issues, and now you don't have a good hospital close by. You might be 85 farming, and you need a good hospital to go to. These are the things you need to know. For us, we're fortunate that we have hospitals not too far. But, oh, it's really nice in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's cooler in here than it is outside, that's for sure. There you guys go.
So those are the things, if you decide to become a farmer when you retire. Me, I always have Clay to help me. He's taught me farming, and I've kind of somewhat retired. I still do stuff, but I don't go to a job and leave the house. But Clay's taught me everything. And I was fortunate to have him mentor me.
I don't know everything.
Yeah, no, but you've mentored me.
Alright, you gotta check the mama and the babies.
If you went by my experience as a farmer, what do you think would happen to our farm?
We would have brown crops and either dead animals or something, I don't know.
But we'd have. How come we don't get eggs? I saw this on the internet. That's you'll say, Ruthie.
Don't believe everything you hear on the
You
internet.
can't believe everything you hear on the internet. We see things all the time that we don't want to. You know, there's farmers and there's farmers. There's people that are. And that's not anything against anybody else, but there are, some are great and
Show
some
the babies a
are
little bit before I
newbies.
close them up.
Oh, look at these guys. Like, I never knew a chicken would sit on anything. I thought they had to sit on a chicken.
Don't sit on anything.
So that's the main thing. If you decide to do it, you need to check out all the avenues, do your homework. For probably the best route is as soon as you decide to do it, start building up. If you said 5 years from now we're going to retire, start building up your farm. Start collecting stuff. Collect seeds and anything else you need. Look for property if you're going to move, all that stuff.
Before you buy your animals, make sure you got everything for them. The feeders, waters, nest boxes, roosts, barn, draft-free barn, plenty of light.
And it's a lifestyle. Are you going to be able...
Do your homework.
I know people that have been country people, moved to the city and tried to go back to the country, and they didn't like it. They like living in the city. You can go to the stores, you have the fashion and the food, and they didn't like to, for them, they didn't like to go back.
Hang on, buddy, I'll get you a scoop.
My mom said it perfect. She said to me, it's going to be like when I met my husband and talked about moving and, and stuff. She's, talking about, us getting married and all that good stuff. She said, it's going to be like living among the Amish, and it truly is. And there are many Amish and Mennonite families in our area, and I love it. But not everybody loves the big change, and it was a big change for me because I was like the go-to girl in my life in fashion and shopping. I had money to shop and clothes to wear and good paychecks, but I love it. I like the slower paced life, and like I said, not everybody can do it. And if you move into a rural community, the people are different too. I found the people to be extremely friendly and very kind and nice. But they are, where I live, they're more direct. They're not going to, smooth them as much talking for 20 minutes about something before you get into the conversation. Just a different type of people.
There you go.
A much more simple life would be the word that people say.
Change your water here, boy.
And, you don't, I would look out of place with some of the clothing that I've worn in the past here. They would think I was, they wouldn't know what to think. We're going to go to a country wedding. Like where I come from, a big wedding would probably cost $40,000, $50,000. Here, probably $2,000 would be considered a big wedding, including the cake. And probably here, half the relatives would bring their food to the wedding. Where I'm from, they would probably cater it. Or they would, take a restaurant. So like if your kids are going to get married and stuff like that, your kids. My son moved out here. He liked it. He tolerated it because we moved out here. He learned a lot. But he wanted to live the more, he wants to live among what he was used to growing up more. He likes to live in a more of a urban area. And the work. Right, Clay?
What's that?
And the work.
What's the work?
Living on a farm, there's work, more work. Scrubbing, cleaning. You still have your regular work and then all the extra work. And it never ends. And it doesn't matter if you got the flu, if you got a headache, if you You know, you have to feed your animals every single day.
You have to be almost on death's door not to be able to do anything.
Yep, and if it gets to that point, you need to know somebody that would either take your animals or feed them for you. If you know, like Clay got sick last year, you know, and he was really down. And if he didn't teach me things prior, I mean, I could come out and feed them, because you just can't feed them. You have to feed them the right food. You know, we had quail to feed, and we had chicks, I think, little baby chicks. I mean, you just can't feed them any old thing, because if you don't feed them right, they'll die. And it was winter, too, so they had to make sure they had water. You know, so like if your husband thinks it'd be great to farm and you don't, and
both had to be into it.
Exactly.
I was married for 25 years before and never got any help from any of them.
Well, different people, you know, it's farming has to be a little bit in both of your blood. You have to like animals. And if you don't like animals, you know, I've always liked animals, but I always thought I'd be too lazy for farming. I heard people before to do things for me that I do for myself now, which is good. Yeah, but I think it's a wonderful way of life. The air is sweeter. The animals bring so much joy. I don't think about going on vacation, which brings me to that. You may not want to think about going to Florida for 2 weeks, because what are you going to do with all your animals? You know, these are the things that come up, you know. And you can ask people to take care of your animals, but things don't always work out. Animals can get free, they can get loose, they can get sick. So if you're gone, say, for the whole summer, you know.
Here you go, boy.
And some of the work is heavy. You see Clay picking up the feed, right? It's heavy.
You'll see me picking it up tomorrow, that's for sure.
And see that long path? In the winter, that path is pretty long. It may not seem now.
And icy.
And icy. And,
okay, I've got your bags.
oh, you can bring them in for me, doll? So,
I got them.
hey, I saw a gray cat hanging around here the last few days.
A what?
A gray cat. He doesn't have a collar on. We'll see if he stays. They usually move to the restaurant. But maybe he'll catch something. Who knows?
That heat's really doing a number on some of these leaves.
Oh yeah, look at these peppers are growing like crazy, and they were good in that salad tonight.
Nice thing about the limbs, they break right off without doing damage to them.
How's our corn doing?
It's getting tassels, but I haven't seen any ears yet.
So we'll see what happens if we get corn or not. First year out, so we'll find out what goes on with corn.
I'll have to do a little more research, I think.
But at least
we didn't buy any ammonium nitrate, and that's what they need, is the ammonium.
But at least we tried. That's
they need the nitrogen.
That's what I think. At least we tried. So those are the things that, you know, I will say I would never change it. I would do this again in a heartbeat. I was kind of thrown into it, and for me, I'm glad it worked out that way, because I don't know if I would have thought it out if I would have done it. But I'm also 52 years old, and when I moved out here, I am seasoned. Hey, I live for eternity, so this is just a vapor. Oh, there's a beautiful red bird. I haven't seen any of those around here.
The cardinal.
Yep, I haven't seen any of those that much around here. So anyway, those are the deals. And hope it gives you guys some ideas. Like, subscribe, and do retire and take up farming.
When I retire, I'm going to give up farming.
Are you?
Some of it.
Some of it. So that's what we're thinking. That we're going to give up some of the things like the animal, like we're going to...
Not all the animals, but 90% of it.
Yeah, we might just go back to the quail.
We're going to probably stick with the quail.
And that might be it.
Maybe some larger gardening buckets.
Yeah.
So I got more time. When I retire, I'll have all kinds of time to concentrate on it. Right now, I get up at 3 in the morning and leave for work, and I get home at 3 in the evening. You're pretty wiped out, and then you've got a couple hours of things to do around the house. Makes a long day.
So those are the things that about if you decide to retire and take up farming.
Keep in mind the time-wise.
Yes.
If you're willing to give up your time for it, for your family, and it's worth it to take care of your family with it. But don't go overboard. If you've got a few people in your family, or if it's just you and your wife, like Ruthie and I, only keep enough chickens that will supply the two of you in eggs, unless you plan on selling them, which, who knows, the way the bird flu's been wiping out big flocks, these small flocks might be the way to go. But keep yourself enough hens that keep you with eggs. They figure 1 chicken per person in the household, plus an extra hen in case one of them don't lay. So if there's 2 people, you'd keep maybe 3 to 4 hens for eggs. Because the chicken, depending on the type of chicken, but chickens don't lay every day. So if you're big on eggs, keep about 2 per person in the household. I do. I've got 5 hens and the 1 rooster supplying eggs for us, and we get about 3 to 4 eggs a day. So that's about right. Okay, this is Clay from Popel's Backyard Farm saying I'm tired. I'm going to go in and lay back and listen to the news and keep myself from falling asleep till it's bedtime. Bye-bye.